Hey guys, so today I'm reviewing The Year of My Indian Prince by Thorp Ellis. Now, rather than giving a synopsis of my own, I'm actually just going to read the back to you guys, so then if you are interested in the book, you'll know what it's about in case my review is not enough for you. April Thorp is 16 and ready for the best year of her life. It's the summer of 1945. The war is finally over and her father is home again. But she has a nagging cough and a fever, and she just can't seem to get better. When she's diagnosed with tuberculosis, she's in shock. All she knows about TB is that characters in novels die of it. Soon her world has changed from school and swim meets to long days of bed rest in a TB hospital. There she meets her roommate, the beautiful and desperately ill Nancy. She also meets Ravi, a handsome and exotic Indian prince, who begins courting her. But April is slowly getting sicker. She's going to have to grow up to survive, and survive to grow up. This romantic drama is based on the author's own experiences as a teenager. And yes, she really was courted by an Indian prince. So, before I actually get into it, I just wanted to let you guys know the author was 18 years old when she was diagnosed with tuberculosis. And this is a picture of her. Before I get into talking about anything else, I first want to talk about the writing. Thorp Ellis has an amazing writing style. Because she actually went through this issue, her writing is even more powerful. She can get off the emotions that you wouldn't expect just an author to randomly put in. You feel the desperation of the situation. You feel the sadness and loss in the situation. You feel the happiness and surprise of the situation, and you feel the heavy weight of decisions that this character has to make. And you aren't rushed through the novel. By the time you make it to the end, you actually feel as if you've lived this year of this character's life. You've been bored with them, you've been happy with them, you've cried with them. It's not something that you're just faking. The character doesn't fake anything because in the situation that they're in, why fake it? Now, the characters that were written were masterfully done. The details that were given, be it the hair color, the twinkle in the eye, the smile, the dimple in the cheek, the handshake, the gesture of comfort made. I really enjoyed this book. You know, I was 11 when I first read this book, and I hadn't read the back. I'd read the title, and I'd loved the title and the cover, and I decided to read it thinking it would be a fluffy, enjoyable romance with a happy ending. And partway through, I realized this is a serious novel. This isn't something to take lightly, and I read the back of it. And then I finished the book, and it soon became a favorite. I hadn't been touched in real life by knowing someone who'd had tuberculosis. But you know, a year ago, my great uncle, who had passed away, I'd known him for about a year previous. He passed away last year. And I found out after he'd passed away that he'd actually been to war. I knew that. But he'd also contracted tuberculosis, and he'd survived it, and he basically didn't have to have a lobectomy. In case you're wondering what a lobectomy is, I'll just stop here. It's where they either will lobe the part of the lung that has the tuberculosis, or they have to perform surgery to remove a larger part of the lung to help cure you. You know, I realized this time reading it that I was reading it differently than I was before because of the fact that I knew this situation. I hadn't lived with having contracted tuberculosis, but I'd watched somebody else who'd survived it, who lived every day not looking at it and pitying themselves. You know, the author did a really good job at making sure that you weren't upset at the end with the ending. You knew that life was going to go on. It was a very bittersweet ending. But one thing that I really liked that the author did was she didn't sugarcoat anything. When something took place, serious or not, the author didn't sugarcoat it. She just gave it to you straight up, just like the character got in the novel. Overall, I was extremely impressed with Ella Thorp Ellis's writing yet again, and if you guys have not read this novel, I really think that you should read it. I think it's going to open your eyes, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, go and pick up a random book and read. Bye guys.